In this video, I'm going to cover the top 5 mistakes I see people make when insuring their Airbnb. So when you're running an Airbnb out of your house or out of another property, it is much different than normal renters or homeowners insurance. So the first and probably largest mistake people make is not having home sharing endorsements included on their policy. Basically meaning that the insurance company does not know that you're doing Airbnb, VRBO, or other things like that to rent out your house. If something happened, a tenant burned down the house, it may not be covered. Now, Airbnb has their host sharing protection, but really this is liability coverage, and there's no guarantee that this is going to pay to rebuild your house. So that's the first and largest mistake I see people make. The second is by not having enough liability insurance. Usually it's less than $50 a year to increase to the highest limit offered by each carrier. This is really big. If somebody's hurt on your property, they trip and fall and they break their neck and they want to sue you, then you need to have enough coverage because those bills are going to add up really fast. If somebody's got a dog in your house and it runs out the front door, causes 2 cars to swerve and hit each other, then they're going to sue the dog owner, and they may even try roping you into the lawsuit as well. Make sure that you've got enough coverage. The third mistake I see people make is not having water backup coverage included on their policy. So if water starts backing up through the drains in your house, spills out into the floor and messes them up, then you have to have coverage. Loss of use or loss of rents coverage only kicks in if this claim is caused by a covered loss. So without this coverage, the rest of your coverages don't kick in. So if a tenant accidentally backs up the drain and it starts backing up into your house, you need to make sure that your bottom floor is taken care of. The fourth largest mistake I see people make is by not having proper deductibles. So oftentimes people will opt for extremely high $5,000 or $10,000 deductibles, not really knowing what this means. Basically, it means you're going to pay the first $5,000 or $10,000 in the event of a claim, and then the insurance company pays the rest. Or a lot of times people get suckered into 1 to 2% wind and hail deductibles. Basically what this means is your deductible is 1 or 2% of the value of your house. Let's say you've got a $500,000 cabin and you have a 1% deductible. That means you've got a $5,000 deductible. Or let's say you've got a 2% wind and hail deductible. That means you have a $10,000 deductible. So if you have a wind and hail claim, which is going to mess up your roof, then you're probably paying for that roof out of pocket. Make sure that your deductibles are correct. The fifth and final largest mistake I see people make with their Airbnbs is by not having enough coverage for their contents. Generally, different than a long-term rental, you are going to furnish the inside of the house. You're going to make sure that there's beds and linens and furniture. You have to make sure that this is covered if something happens. Now, along these same lines, make sure that you have replacement cost on your contents. A lot of times, if something happens, the insurance company is going to subtract depreciation, meaning you've got to go on Facebook Marketplace and buy used versions as opposed to being able to go to the store and buy new replacements for your stuff. Make sure that you talk to an expert. We would love to help you here at the Win Agency. Visit our website, win@finances.com, or give us a phone call, 864-362-9531. My name's Tyler. I'd love to be able to help you if you have any questions. Thanks.